Welcome to Season 6 of the Wealthy Retailer Podcast. This 12-episode season is chock full of experiential guidance garnered from a 30-year career in retail. Our host Dan Holman shares his experience, tried and failed tactics, success tips, and his raw opinions on becoming wealthy in retail. Listen in as he shares openly about overcoming the challenges you face as a retail leader in today's marketplace. Whether you are a long-time listener or if this is your first time listening, thank you. Please be sure to subscribe and rate on your favorite podcast platform, and hey, why not share with someone you know? And now here's Dan.
On this week's podcast, I'm going to open up about my own practice of maintaining an empty inbox and the power it enables.
Welcome to Season 6 of the Wealthy Retailer Podcast. This 12-episode season is chock full of experiential guidance garnered from a 30-year career in retail. Our host Dan Holman shares his experience, tried and failed tactics, success tips, and his raw opinions on becoming wealthy in retail. Listen in as he shares openly about overcoming the challenges you face as a retail leader in today's marketplace. Whether you are a long-time listener or if this is your first time listening, thank you. Please be sure to subscribe and rate on your favorite podcast platform, and hey, why not share with someone you know? And now here's Dan.
Welcome back to the podcast. I am, in fact, your host, Dan Holman. And this week, we're actually going to talk about one of my best practices, the empty inbox, and the zen that can be created when you have an empty inbox. Achieving inbox zero is more than just a tidy workspace for your digital correspondence. It's a symbol of order, clarity, and control in a world that can often feel chaotic. When your inbox is empty, you can breathe a sigh of relief knowing that all your emails have been addressed and nothing is left to slip through the cracks. In addition to the zen, just use my air quotes, in addition to the zen, there are other significant benefits of an empty inbox. I talk about enhanced productivity. A cluttered inbox is a constant source of distraction. Every unread email competes for your attention, making it difficult to focus on what's truly important. When your inbox is empty, you can concentrate on tasks and projects without the constant ping of incoming emails pulling you in 10 different directions. If you're that person that can be completely oblivious to that little red dot that signifies unread emails, what else are you oblivious to? How about the power of reduced stress? Wow, a crowded inbox can be a significant source of stress and anxiety. Unanswered emails, especially those labeled as urgent, can weigh heavy on your mind, even when you're not actively checking your inbox. Achieving an empty inbox can provide a sense of relief, reducing the mental load and promoting a more relaxed state of mind. Now, let's talk about organization. An empty inbox is a reflection of your ability to manage your digital life effectively. I encourage you to organize emails into folders or labels, enabling you to find important information quickly when needed. This sort of organization will save you time and improve your overall efficiency. And I will say this, when your inbox is cluttered, it's easy to miss important emails or forget to respond to them altogether. An empty inbox ensures that you're at the top of your communication, fostering better relationships and professional interactions. I'm going to share my top strategies to maintain an empty inbox. And for those that know me, know I'm a bit of an OCD freak when it comes to my email and my calendar, both of which are clearly topics on the podcast. This week is email. I think next week we're going to do calendar, unless I get something of urgent need from a client that wants to talk about something different. We're going to share my sort of personal organization tactics or strategies. So here's my top strategy to maintain an empty inbox. I set up filters and folders. I automate the organization of my emails by creating filters that sort messages into specific folders or labels. This way, your inbox remains uncluttered and you can easily locate emails when you need them. The second strategy is unsubscribe and declutter. Regularly review and unsubscribe from newsletters and other promotional crap that is no longer has value to you, that you don't find valuable. Delete them or archive them when they're no longer relevant, and only keep the ones that require your attention. I use this 2-minute rule that someone taught me. If an email can be addressed in 2 minutes or less, I deal with it immediately during my pre-scheduled email time. This prevents quick tasks from piling up and taking valuable space in my inbox. So, of course, I said during my scheduled email time. I schedule email time. I set specific times throughout the day that I check and respond to emails. I avoid this constantly checking my inbox. It's a major productivity drain. If I'm constantly looking to my inbox, where are my emails? I'm taking myself away from other work. So I try to look at my emails 3 times a day, early AM, midday, and late afternoon before I check out for the day. And an empty inbox at the end of the day is super satisfying. And that really just simply means that when I turn my system off, when I shut down for the day, there is not an email waiting for me there. I've cleaned my inbox, I've assigned tasks, I've synced everything, and now I'm finished for the day. It's like the old school basket on the corner of your desk. You know, your old school boss used to say, you know, don't go home until your inbox is empty. Well, this is the same thing when we think about our email. It really houses or harbors all of our to-dos. It's inside our email platform, whether that's Microsoft Outlook or Gmail or Mail, or, you know, whatever you're using, use it to your benefit as a tool. The other thing I'm going to say about this, you need to sync every device and all email addresses. You have to ensure that your desktop, your laptop, your tablet, and your phone are all synced together, allowing you to action your email rules from any device. You need to set up forwarding for all, I used my capital letters here, all email profiles, so that you're not managing more than one email address. It's not necessary. Your Hotmail, Gmail, personal, and work emails should all land in one inbox. Use the ability to label or flag to prioritize your emails so you know which ones require your attention and which ones can wait. I'll give you another example. When an email comes in, and I'm reading these, if it's a to-do in an email, there are really 3 kinds of emails that come to you. A request for information, FYI, or a request for action. A request for information is an email that requires a response. It may be a 2-minute answer and done, or I may need to go and research, but it requires a response from me. So it stays in the inbox until I'm ready to respond that day. If it's an FYI email, I read it. And those of you that know me know I read 1 and 3 words. So don't send me a 14-page email. I read 1 and 3 words. So I scan through the email when they're FYI. How do I know it's FYI? Because I'm CC'd in it. If the sender doesn't have any email etiquette, I'm probably in the 2. And I quickly recognize by the time I'm halfway through the first paragraph that this is just informational only, and I file the email in the appropriate folder, whether that be a vendor folder, a staff folder, a partner folder. I have folders for every type of email. So that email is FYI, and it just gets filed away. And then I have the emails that require me to do something. Here's an example. Dan, could you update my cash flow forecast for me? That's a to-do item. So I might respond, will do, have it to you by end of day, or I may leave that email there and move over to my calendar and plug it in my calendar in an open slot. Populate cash flow statement for Twig and Berries. And then when I get to that email that's now sitting in my inbox, I might respond and say, hey, got it in my calendar. I'll get it done for you by the end of the day, get it done to you by midday tomorrow, whatever it is. Or I'm just going to file that email away. And when the to-do comes up in my calendar, I'm going to do the work and then go back to that email folder and then respond with a link to the new cash flow. But it really created a to-do for me. So again, just sort of recap. 3 things come out of emails. A response is required, it's for information only, or there's an action required. A response is required is, research and typing. FYI is information only, read it and file it away. A to-do item is going to come from this email, get it booked into your calendar. At the end of the day, there shouldn't be anything left in your inbox except what you have purposely left there as a to-do. An empty inbox is not just a digital dream. It's a powerful tool that can enhance your productivity, reduce stress, and improve your overall quality of life. By implementing an effective email management strategy, you can experience the Zen-like calm and sense of control that comes with an empty inbox. So why not start today? Declutter your digital life, unlock the power of an empty inbox. Your future self will thank you for it. Happy retailing.
The Wealthy Retailer podcast is brought to you by Canadian Retail Solutions, empowering retailers since 1991 with comprehensive point-of-sale software, point-of-sale and IT support and training, retail and executive coaching, along with advanced inventory management solutions. At our core, we believe in real and relevant relationships, solution-based sales and service, maintaining a client-centered bottom-line focus, and providing credible and complete care. Learn more at www.canadianretailsolutions.com.